So it's just my first talk about the pull request in Python, and I didn't practice it before. So don't worry, it's in my habits. Yeah. So my name is just Stefan. I come from Belgium just for this event. Okay, I will return in Belgium on Wednesday. I'm a contributor of CPython. I love Python since 20 years. And I'm a member of the Python Software Foundation as a fellow, just because I create a software event in Belgium when we are 600 people just for 2 days. What else? Yes, I just create my company in Belgium as a Python expert. Maybe a guru, but I'm not sure. So, yes, I'm going to tell you a small history. Once upon a time, a bunch of happy developers. You know these guys, yeah? The Monty Python. It's a very good group. So, but these happy developers have a small problem. The small problem is just the issue tracker. The issue tracker is used just for the contribution and the issues, of course. But this issue tracker is not really sexy, and everything will be used with some patches, okay? Normally, we stop to use the patches. Yes, the issue tracker could only handle the contribution has patches, just the patches. No other thing, no mailing list, just some patches, okay? It's just an example. I've created a ticket, an issue in the bug tracker of Python about ltrace. Ltrace, sorry, is a small functionality in Python where you can see all the opcode of your code in the execution of Python. And with the patches, we can see we have a lot of patches just for one feature, one issue. I think we have 2 core dev just here in the room, and they can explain about this problem. Because how to get the last version of the patches, who is the owner of the patches, and there is no commit message for the patches. Okay? So, yeah, we were really sad. Because who is the author? Why there is no commit message with this patch? Okay, we use the patch model. For the next point, we used readbuild for the reviews. This tool is just awesome in the past. Yeah. Example. It's a small screenshot of readbuild. Readbuild is not really sexy. In this case, I think I'm right. Yeah. You can read the diff of your patch. There is no highlight diff. Sorry. We are too poor for that. No, not true. Just this tool was very perfect in that time, but not now. No, we have another tool. We can use Bitbucket, GitHub, or another tool. But at the beginning of Python, there was readbuild. Okay? Not the beginning, but since 10 years. So, readbuild is just a custom fork of the official readbuild. There is one maintainer. I think it's Guido. Not sure? The maintainer with, you don't know? Okay, it's not very interesting. So, yes, not really sexy, we have seen that. And there is no sexy def. And there is another problem. This tool is not really perfectly integrated with the bug tracker. For example, we made a review, and when we comment the review, the comments are not pushed in the bug tracker. We receive an email, and we have to discuss with the developer. Okay? Sorry. We don't like that. We have to stop that. Okay? So, a typical workflow for a core dev of Python is just for a contributor, firstly, open an issue. We will have a ticket number. Check out the source code. Check out the source code here, make the fix, push the patch, just upload it on the website, on the bug tracker, and sometimes, if we are lucky, we can have a review. But in my experience, sometimes we can wait for 6 months, 2 days, or maybe 3 years. It's not your fault. Maybe the tool is not perfect. Okay? So, for code dev, firstly, we need to develop the patch. We need to download the patch, yes. Firstly, we have to be sure that this patch will be applied on the source code. If there is a conflict, we have to fix it, okay? We have to run the test suite, sometimes between 10 and 15 minutes, sometimes 1 day with the build-bot. We have to commit the change and write a commit message. So, do you start to understand? That's very difficult, just for the workflow. And for the rest, we have to commit in the maintenance branch first, and then merge in the default branch, of course, run the test again, and commit the merge, and just push the changes, okay? That was in the past. But about the patch, sometimes we have some conflict. We need to fix them. We try to find the original author. There is no description about the patch. We have to read the description of the issue. And we know that sometimes we can have a small issue with 200 comments. So, sometimes we can have some problem, because when you push a patch on the bug tracker, there is no reference to the revision of the revision. And in this case, that can really difficult to rebase it. It's just an example. There is no revision in the diff. So, for the continuous integration, we have to check the build-bot. Sometimes we can receive an email from the build-bot. Hey, there is a crash because this patch does not work. We can have some frequent bugs on Windows because we are on Linux, on OS X, and because we are too lazy. Just that. And if everything is green, we can try to port to the other branches. Okay? But only for 2.7 and 3.4, and the other version, the stable version. Example, if you try to create a patch, your patch will be on the bug tracker, but there is no test for your patch. You have to merge it, we have to merge it, and in this case, there will be a test suite execution. Okay, current mutation, we have no enough reviewer for the issues in the patch, and that's very difficult to update the misc news file and some other stuff. For the status, just download the sources from the Mercurial repository, use the patch, store them on the bug tracker, use a hot version of Wirtel, and we have a complex workflow. But I think we have a small issue with this workflow. This workflow is just too complex. And yeah, very too complex. Sometimes we can see some contributor, they will stop after 1 month, just because the workflow is just too complex. Hey, I have an issue. Okay, great. Can you write a patch? Yeah, of course, I'm going to write it. 2 months later. Did you have checked my patch? No, sorry, I don't have time. Yes, no, I don't have time. Okay, so, sorry. Okay, I think we have another problem. It's just how to become a new contributor, and the bug tracker and the model with the patches is just too difficult for us. Just a confirmation of I said. Okay, we have to change that. Are you agree? Do you agree, Brett? Yeah? And you, Marietta? Yeah? And there is a contributor of Python here, just in this room. Yeah, me, so. Okay. Whoa. So we are 40, you will become a contributor of Python. Don't worry about that. No, just why? Because I'm going to explain. How can we simplify this workflow? Firstly, we have to return in the past, in 2014, where some developers of Python discussed about the complexity of the workflow. Hey, maybe we could return to SVN. No. Maybe we go to CVS. No, sure. Oh, Visual Source stuff. No. Just could we keep Mercurial? But no, we are using Mercurial. Maybe we could go to Git. Oh yes, why not? Okay, and no, don't worry about that. There is some statistics, and we have selected Git and GitHub because we are not just a smart developer, but we have some statistics and some facts. Okay, why Git? Just based on the statistics. Firstly, on OpenHub, 37% of the project used Git. Okay, first source for the statistics. Second source is just PyPy. 62% use Git. Git is just 3 times more used than Mercurial. Maybe in this case, we could use Git. Yeah, maybe, yes. Okay, we will migrate to Git. So, why GitHub? Why not Bitbucket? We prefer GitHub, just that. No, seriously. Firstly, GitHub is more popular than Bitbucket. Secondly, it's the primary place where we can contribute to a project. Of course, we have Bitbucket, but when you check a project, there is a link to GitHub. We will avoid to maintain a custom infrastructure for the volunteers. That was the case for Roundup and Readfield. But with GitHub, okay, we will pay them, or just, it's a free software. Okay, it will be free for you. A lot of developers are just familiar with GitHub. It's my case. Who is familiar with GitHub? Okay, right choice. Sorry, there is a vote. Okay, that's fine. So, and there is a very good feature, the pull request. The pull request is just that's perfect. So, you know that you can see a typo in the source code. Okay, I'm going to fix that. You don't need to clone the repository, just create the patch. No, just edit this file. You will have a new branch and just push it. Okay, that's great. So, and of course, for the pull request, the review process is just more simple. Example. For the web interface, we have a very sexy interface where we can see who is the committer and the author, a description with a V, just this letter, where we can see, oh, everything is good. You can merge it. Okay, great. So we can have a big description. This description is just available with the commit, not by the developer, not by the core dev, but just by the developer. That was a bottleneck before. We have the reference to the bug tracker and some labels where we have a waiting merge label, CLA sign, need backport to 3.6. Just these labels are really awesome. I'm going to explain you. Mainly this one. Later, okay? You will understand. What time? How many? 10? Yep, okay. So we have the web interface where we can see just a diff with the highlighting. That's great. We can see the list of the pull requests with a lot of labels. Yeah. We have a dashboard with the contributor, the author, the commits, the files, the addition, the deletion, and a lot of stats. I like that. For me, I like. Okay, we have the review. For a review, we have some good image with the avatar of the developer, but we have awaiting change review, awaiting merge. In fact, if we are not agree with a pull request, we can commit, we can change and add a comment. Please, could you change your source code, your proposal, and we will merge it if you change it. Okay, why not? When you push a pull request, there's a lot of files, and with the code owner from GitHub, we can automatically assign the right reviewer for your patch. Okay? For example, you want to change the async.io part of Python. Automatically, Yuri will receive a notification. Hey, Yuri, there is a patch for you. Can you review it? Yeah, of course, I'm going. So, and of course, we have some stuff. Okay, the change is just approved. The check from Travis and the other tools are just passed. And this branch has no conflict. We have removed the conflict. We have the reviewer. The reviewer is just happy. The patch will be applied in a few minutes. And of course, we have some API, a REST API and a GraphQL API, really useful for statistics. Okay? So the migration to GitHub just started in January of the last year. Firstly, with the PEPs. Okay? That was really easy. Small code base. I see, not sure. Secondly, the dev guide. Dev guide, really useful if you want to contribute to Python, because in the dev guide, there is everything if you want to learn how to develop in CPython. Yeah. And of course, CPython. Just this code base was, how long for this code base, Brett?
Oh, how long did it take?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically a day.
A day. But the step, the process was?
2 years.
Okay, thank you. 2 years. So maybe we can congratulate them. So, me? And of course, I have a champagne for you. Can you pass? From Belgium, not France. Welcome, sir. Seriously, Brett was the orchestrator with the volunteers, and we can congratulate the volunteers: Anish, Barry, Benjamin, Berke, Kel, Donald, Ernest, Ezio, Maciej, Marietta is there. She's there. Nick, Oleg, Sentil, and me. I've seen that today. Just for the small story, I just discussed with Marietta. Hey, Marietta, could you ask to Brett the list of the volunteers for the job? Yeah, you can go on. There is a mail on the committee mailing list. I'm going to read. Hey, okay, it's me. Yeah, great, good. Maybe for 2 patch. Sorry, but there is. Oh, what?
You earned it.
Yeah, you can check. There's a trace. So, okay, we have seen the feature of GitHub, and now we can mix it with the automation. Automation is just, we'll start to use Travis for the tests, for the suite tests, for the code coverage, the performance test, for the compilation of the documentation, really important. Just for the patch check. Patch check is just a small command in the make file where we check if your patch can be accepted, and we'll follow a checklist. Okay. And of course, will be executed on the master branch and the stable branch, 2.7 and 3.6, and of course, the other branch from the contributors. Okay? And we use Aveyor just for the Windows build. Does that. So, we have some bots. We have GitHub, we have the automation with Travis, with the test, everything, and we have the bots. The bots is just a little bit of a... Remember, we like Monty Python. We like them. Okay, Bedavere is just a bot where we check the title of the PR, the pull request. 10 minutes, thank you. You can see the source code of this issue, of this bot just there. Read it. That's really interesting. This bot used the first library, the first asynchronous library of GitHub by Brett. Yes, it will check if there is an entry for the misc_news.file directory. Why? Because when you contribute to Python, there is a requirement. Firstly, some requirements. Firstly, you have to provide a patch with the code, documentation, tests, and sometimes with a news file. But when you have a lot of files, because you have a lot of branches, sometimes we have to merge this file. And there is a big issue because this file is not smaller. It's not small. It's a very big file. And there was a big issue with this file because you can ask them, the process for the merge of the news file was horrible. Just that. Terrible. So, do you want to merge my branch? There's a news file. No, I don't want. Ask to another developer. Okay, so, no, not just kidding. And the job is, I'm going to add some label. Add review, awaiting merge, awaiting code review, etc., etc., etc. Very useful. Second bot, it's just, I like it. Like knight who say, nay. Like with the... It's very useful. This one will check if you sign the CLA, the contributor agreement. Yes, because when you create a patch, the property will be to the PSF. You're right? Yes, it's good. But yeah, you can see if you want to contribute, there is the link for the CLA. Do you want to sign it? Please. Okay. If the CLA just signed, we have a green label. Yes! If there is not the case, it's not the case, a red label, CLA not signed. Go, please. Yeah, and you have the description. Please, can you go on the bugs.python.org and please sign the CLA and blah, 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 blah. Yes, it's great, because without that, we won't accept your patch. Okay? That's really, really important. And Miss Islington, thank you, Marietta. Why? Yes, okay, so I'm going to explain. We have some branches. We have 2.7, 3.5, 3.6, and 3.7, and maybe 3.4. And in fact, when we create a pull request, sometimes we need to make the backport. With Miss Ellington, we just need to add a label, needs backport to x.y. And this bot will create the backport for us automatically. Okay? That's great for us. Because since September, we have some pull requests from Miss Islington. And I'm going to show you some statistics. Yeah. And yeah, of course, you can see that the bots are really useful for us. Just not for me, because I'm not a core dev. They are core dev, not just a contributor. But these bots are really useful. They will check if everything is just green. They will check if everything is wrong. I'm going to be honest with you. It's my patch. But the previous also. So I try to improve my skill. Okay. So, and because there was a big issue with the MISC file, there is a new tool, Blurb. I don't know the meaning, the signification, or just the meaning in English, but blurb is just for you in English. Is the same thing?
No, it's less awful.
Okay. When
Blurb means a short piece of text.
okay, but for me, it's just okay. I like the name. Why not? Why not? Okay, it's just a CLI tool where you can, when you will use it, okay. When you will use it, it will create one file with a timestamp where there will be the description of the commit. Just that. The explanation of this commit. Okay, I'm going to add a new command to the HTTP server. Okay. Just create the mix file, and automatically the system will merge it when we will release the new version of Python. It's not used by the core dev, except by NetDeli. NetDeli is the release manager of Python. So, yeah, because it's a very small file, we can merge it. There's no problem with that. So, status about the workflow. Firstly, before, you can see the checklist. Checklist. I am a contributor. I need to open an issue. Okay, I need to clone the repository. I need to upload the patch. For the core dev, I'm core dev. Okay, wait a review for a core dev. Okay, download the patch, fix the conflict, run the test, run the code coverage, commit manually, write the commit message, merge in the branch, run the test, commit the merge, purge the branch, etc., 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 etc. Okay. No, you're a contributor. Just open an issue. Clone it. Create a pull request. Just that. That's the same job. For a core dev, just review the pull request, comment it, wait the feedback from the bots and from the automation. And if you have a big green display, just push the button, squash and merge. Just that. No more. Okay? And of course, if we need a backport, mark the pull request as need backport to x.2.7 or 3.6. And before Git, no! But no! Yeah! Oh. Thank you. It's not my job. It's your job. So, I'm going to present you some statistics about CPython. From the beginning of the repository of Python to October, because November is not yet finished. Okay? Firstly, 4,200 for pull requests from the beginning. There is a lot of pull requests. February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay. Oh, whoa, what's that? Don't worry about this point. There was a sprint code at Instagram and Facebook in September. Yeah, Marietta and Brett were there. You see, there is a red line. It's just Miss Islington. She has started to work. Hey, you have backward to do. Yeah, great, come on. Yes, right. Okay. But from the contributor, that's in green, gray, sorry. Gray. Whoa, I like. We have a lot of contributor. 586 contributor just for Python. 500. 600. Because there is no the statistic of November. Firstly, yeah, thank you. Without you, Python will be more slowly. Yeah. And only 27 core dev. So you can see number of core dev and contributor. 500 contributors, 27 core dev, active core dev. Just for the pull request, there is 40% just 70% of pull requests from the contributors. That's great. For the merge time, okay, we have a new system, blah, 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 blah. Just one question. The merge will be fast or just slow? You can see there is a small peak. 2,000 merge in 0 day. Yep. The maximum is just 224. Because there is just one merge. Okay, but the average, 2 days, 3 days, just 3 days for a merge. Please start to contribute because we have the machinery. And you start to contribute, yeah. The top merge, you can see the number. 1,090, 900 merge, blah, 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 blah. That's really important. No. For the merge request, we have merged 3,200 merge pull request. And yes, Python loves the pull request, and we are ready for the future. Just that. And yeah, that's finished. If you have a question, you can.